singles semi-finals.
Oh! 15 love.
Well controlled down the tee, the direction of the Wawrinka forehand. It's not necessarily his best serve. Sliding it wide to the first court, Djokovic.
Oh! 14. Game Djokovic.
And we know that Wawrinka's backhand is one of the most, probably the most glorious backhand that we'll see in the sport at the moment, but the forehand in this tournament has certainly done its fair share of damage.
Oh! 14 love. Cain, Wawrinka. One game on.
Some crisp hitting from both players. Early games of the match. It won't take them long to get into the groove here and settle in for the long haul.
There's the amped up first serve speed of Djokovic, reaching 203 Ks. Certainly can hit it at that speed, but under pressure he just contains it, controls it into the corner. And already, Gary, it looks like Djokovic is directing a number of these serves into Wawrinka's forehand. Stan has an extreme grip change between forehand and backhand.
Yes, and sometimes the way they come back at you from Djokovic, you don't have much time to change.
No, no, definitely. Wawrinka does sometimes lend himself to chip the forehand return.
Unplayable final serve. Love game for Djokovic. 2-1 ahead.
15 love. 15 all.
Djokovic. A strong position to return that second serve of Wawrinka. Didn't miss by much. The top of the tape. He's returned, well, to the normal level, the usual level that we expect of Djokovic, one of the best returners in the game.
Close call on the baseline, but it's good. Djokovic doesn't challenge. Wawrinka holds serve, 2-all.
2 games all.
.40-15, that's a good time for Wawrinka to hit the green light and serve volley. Don't want to become predictable. Just hit the first serve and wait for the return on the baseline. There it is, the forehand wing. Djokovic knows that if he can get a high percentage of first serves into that side, can remain on top of the point. It's a bit more like it, stepping in and giving this second serve of Djokovic's a crunch. A bit more of what we've seen Wawrinka go out against Djokovic.
Game Djokovic.
Early in the match, I would have thought if he required something, he'd have attended to that before they came out.
Yeah, maybe just some anti-inflammatories. We know that he has had some concerns with his racket arm in the elbow region.
Love the take.
You can see that patch on the right elbow. I should say inside, not on the top part of his arm.
cry of despair from Djokovic. He knows he should have done more with that second serve, especially with Wawrinka at love 30. 15-30 now.
Stan's bothered. Even though he won that point, he appeared across at the doctor, a head shake.
Oh, well, he was getting the backhand into groove there, Wawrinka.
Well, heavy hitting again. There's a short ball, and he just absolutely leans on this. The backhand has been making unforced errors through the tournament, though.
Eye drops. Stan noticeably rubbing in his eyes almost constantly between points. Solid fight back here by Wawrinka from love 30.
It has been, but at the same time, Wilco, some tentative play by Djokovic.
Three games over.
Doctor standing by courtside. Oh, now he's leaving to get something else.
Love 15.
Lucky to recover to make that ball. Djokovic lost his footing momentarily. He's had a bit of problem, hasn't he, with his footing in a couple of matches, Djokovic?
Wonderful ability, good eye as well to see that that was going to zip over the baseline.
Error from Djokovic, forced by the pace off the backhand from Wawrinka. Brings up break points for the first time in the match in favour of Stan.
14.
But the backhand of Wawrinka doing some damage.
Break of serve. Stan Wawrinka strikes first in this men's semi-final. 4-3.
Love 15.
Role reversal here. Now Stan is missing some.
So this is where Djokovic was on the previous service game of Wawrinka. Tightened up.
Well, he hit 5 exquisite backhands in a row, but has come out on the losing side of the point off the forehand.
And that's a battle that Djokovic, for me, Gary, needs to try and implement. The forehand to forehand. First part of that rally, it was Wawrinka rifling backhands.
3 chances for Djokovic to grab this break back. No second chance needed. 4-all.
Both players hardly surrendering points in the early service games, and then handing over their serves. Djokovic giving the break to Wawrinka, and Stan
Giving it straight back.
giving it straight back with his own errors.
No pace, lots of angle.
Yeah, again, that was a serve, certainly a period of time that I was with Djokovic that he was trying to develop more.
13.
Pace is flowing here.
Mo just got back on track, being able to break serve quickly to Love. Settled Novak down.
They could write poetry about that backhand.
Saw glimpses of it in the match against Nishikori. But that was over the whole match, which lasted 3 sets. Seeing that perfection in the early stages of set number 1.
Wawrinka just floating the ball long. He had Djokovic on the back foot there. One break of serve each way. Djokovic now holds, and it's 5-4.
Love 15.
Well, that was a damaging forehand. See that Djokovic, even though he does retrieve it, this is what happens with the short reply. Wawrinka gets around and uses that big forehand. Keep watch on the spread between winners and unforced errors for Wawrinka tonight.
Let's for service.
Well, it's 15-30 second serve here.
Is he going to gamble? We haven't seen a big second serve yet.
Set points for Djokovic.
15-14.
Talk of the backhand, how strong it is for Wawrinka. The tournament so far, he's hit 42 winners, but 88 unforced errors on that wing.
Let's for service.
Can't take a trick on the first serve on that court.
Well, the caliber of the return as well was within inches of the baseline from Djokovic.
Can't understand that. Djokovic, hands on hips, casts a look at Boris Becker as if to say, what did I do wrong?
Well, he certainly wasn't balanced. Ball was sent down the middle of the court and was really loaded on that right leg. There's nothing on the left.
Advantage.
207 kilometres per hour, biggest serve from Wawrinka. He needed it. Strong effort. Wawrinka serves his way out of trouble, saving 2 break points to hold for 5-all.
5 games.
Huh. But 2 15-40, 2 forehand errors from Djokovic. And then just cleaned up the game by knocking 2 aces straight down the tee. Get the feeling that they're still probing each other. Nice move by Djokovic, noticing how deep Wawrinka is.
Love. Djokovic.
Love game. 6-5.
Love.
It's a bit strange to see Djokovic with a body serve just chip his backhand. He's usually reliable with the two-hander. There it is. No, I'm just slow to react up to that.
30 love. 40 love.
It's out.
Cain.
6-all, tie break.
Six games all, tie-break. Both players receive one additional challenge.
Going to challenge, I think, Wawrinka. Yes.
He seems pretty assured.
Gloriously struck. He's had a habit of winning quite a few of these challenges. And there's another one. Oh no, it's out. Oh, just barely.
Mr. Wawrinka has 3 challenges remaining.
Well, Stan caught in 2 minds there. You can see the decision-making process going on in his mind.
2-0, Djokovic.
Well, he did a heck of a job picking this volley up. He hit it too well because it was right onto the racket of Djokovic. And he couldn't... Can he jump? No. The weight was going in a different direction.
Djokovic.
Djokovic doing a great job with the forehand. He took the pace off of it and sent it up high. Stan couldn't get it in that prime hitting zone that he loves.
Oh, Djokovic racing through the tie-break, 4-0. And at 5-0, Stan's got his back to the wall.
5-0, Djokovic.
Positive play by Djokovic. The forehand wasn't easy, but he committed to moving forward.
Djokovic.
First point on a long road back for Wawrinka as the players change ends. Already survived 2 break points. Tough task now. 6-1, Djokovic.
6-1, Djokovic.
Hard to imagine he won't convert one of these. First set to Novak Djokovic. 7 points to 1 in the tiebreak.
Love team.
Just looking back at their head-to-head record, Wilco, and that first set has always been important for Wawrinka and his path to victory.
It's his first double fault. Digs a hole in the opening game here at love 30.
15-14.
And the miss hit off the top of the frame. Still trying to shuffle out that right leg as he made contact. And when he's been down those break points for Wawrinka on that first court, he's been hitting it out wide to the Djokovic forehand.
Oh, it's a let-off for Wawrinka. Back to deuce, again saving 2 break points, but it's a hard way to make a living. Not quite as wide as the previous serve, but right into the corner of the box. The error on the return from Djokovic. Game point for Wawrinka. It's on the line.
Juice.
Maybe a little frustration was that the third forehand. Well, that was the 4th time that he had an opportunity to return. 3 mistakes before.
Advantage Wawrinka. Mr. Djokovic's challenging call, left center service line. The ball's good in.
Well, initially he was believing this might be long, but he's had a look at the mark.
In, kissing the line. Game Wawrinka.
Love. Love.
Pace forcing the error there. Djokovic pounding the ball.
40 love. Game. Djokovic.
Love game for 1-all.
1 game.
The lovely quick game for the #1 seed. Just returns the pressure back up to Wawrinka.
Mr. Wawrinka is challenging the call, right far side. Ball scored out.
Good. Six aces now for Wawrinka.
Cain, Wawrinka. You ball space.
Yes, perhaps it's more about the unforced errors at this stage, and I think for me, Gary, that the past two contests between these two at the Australian Open, it's been the hitting power and the winners, certainly coming from Wawrinka's end of the court, that have highlighted those two matches. At the moment, it hasn't just reached that standard. There's tension between these two fellas, the mutual respect.
Tried for the lob, but just didn't get onto it. Wawrinka. Easy meat for Djokovic.
Great footwork by Novak and Stan. Well, as he went to hit the forehand, his weight was lifting up. It was a very meek lob. Becker enjoying that backhand volley. Stan unloaded on that one down the middle of the court. Too good from Novak.
Cain, Djokovic. Two games all.
Well, there's a real sense of purpose about Wawrinka on that serve. Quick to follow it up.
15-all.
Through the tournament, Stan has been humming along nicely with his serve. Good pace first serve. When it comes back, he's been firing with the forehand.
Wow, Stan dictating, standing on the baseline, hitting into the corners. Had Djokovic on the run, miles behind the baseline.
13-15.
Just spreading Djokovic corner to corner. And a lot of the shots were retrieving from Novak down the middle.
Backhand doing the damage again for Wawrinka.
$14-13. Cain, Wawrinka.
On serve in the second set, with Wawrinka ahead 3-2. Stan couldn't take advantage of the fact there that Djokovic was really on the back foot. The previous ball just came right off the line and up at him, made a very awkward shot.
Djokovic firing it to the chip forehand return, then trying to be very offensive. Remember that Stan does have that big grip change when he's returning serve.
$13-15.
Well, he's hit some good shots, but that's equal to any of them.
34.
Certainly is, and you can see where Stan is, and oh, he looked like he was going to get it late, but he just has that incredible ability to control it up the line.
Backhand again for Wawrinka, putting the heavy ball on Djokovic's racket, and just unable to guide that down the line. Break point for Wawrinka.
Please.
Double fault. Trying for too much on the second serve, Djokovic. And Wawrinka gets the break in the second set, 4-2.
Wawrinka leads by 4 games to 2.
$188. Cain second serve, trying for the outright win. Bit of panic.
Djokovic can't believe how many chances he had to stay in the point and then win it.
Well, the game should be over. That's how many times that Wawrinka had the opportunity to win the point. At least 4 cracks. But Djokovic was there. Watch out for this first serve. There's going to be a lot of might behind it.
And Djokovic was there because he didn't have to move.
15.
Well, I think the evidence of the last 3 or 4 games suggests that Wawrinka is the one settling into the match a little bit better at this point.
Back almost turned in the direction of his opponent.
Wawrinka definitely has lifted the standard the last few games.
Nonchalantly attacking the return, the way that he played the volley, just like his drop shot on that side of the court with a little underspin, side spin.
Out.
Juice.
steady Stan.
Well, Djokovic in control, and how this quickly turns around. Wawrinka quite often backhand cross court 3 or 4 times, and he just waits for that one up the line.
Lovely slips catch by the ball kid. Wawrinka leads by 5 games to 2. Second set, Djokovic took the first 7-6 in the tiebreak. Oh, he made it. Forehand on the run, ripped down the line by Wawrinka.
15-all.
Picked it up within a third of a metre off the ground. Cleared the high part of the net. Great shot.
$13-15. $14-15. Wawrinka leads by 5 games to 3.
So he's had some troubled times in this set on serve stand. He's been able to fight back from 15-40, the very first game of this second set. Love 30 on the previous game.
Let's for service.
They're just hurting him at the moment, those forehand mistakes. The Djokovic wing. Thundering it down the tee. Ball just cutting away past the outstretched arm of Djokovic.
Boy, there's some purpose about Wawrinka at the moment. Can't afford to let a second set slip. Got his nose in front.
40 love.
In this set, 5-3, 40 love. Time to make a statement, and he's doing that without a doubt. Second set, Wawrinka, 1 set all. 6 games to 3.
6 games to 3. 1 set all.
Backhand, forehand, both working for Wawrinka now.
Again, that backhand of Djokovic, no real direction except up the centre third of the court. It just felt like that he was holding on in that second set, that there was, you know, no freedom, flexibility of going for his shots. It's almost like he was wanting to play some tight tennis and hope that Stan would maybe make the errors, which wasn't the case.
$13-15.
Djokovic opening the door slightly here, the opening game of the third. A few extra ball bounces.
Djokovic, two-handed backhand, chopping it into the net to set up a break point for Wawrinka. Had Djokovic dead to rights. All he had to do was put that in the corner.
Juice.
Very positive point. Djokovic doing all the retrieving. Court positions, have a look at that. Look, the depth that Djokovic was. And Wawrinka right on the baseline. That's not a good feeling for Djokovic.
Advantage Djokovic.
Well, he's being forced to make hard work of it, isn't he, Djokovic, at the moment?
He is, and the contributor there is Wawrinka. The power that he's sending the ball back down to Djokovic's end.
That's on the line. He's got to challenge Djokovic, but I saw it right on the line and then kicked away.
Djokovic is usually accurate with his challenges.
He's got this one.
Lines lady perhaps shielded by Djokovic. He was right there as well.
Oh, great pass, great pass. Because Djokovic was looming large to cover that. Stan found a way through.
And it's not like Djokovic was in the middle of the court. He was hovering on the line. That just came back too fast.
Advantage Djokovic.
Good first serve, and just as well, Wawrinka's been onto his second serve a bit the last 5 or 6 games. Challenge from Djokovic again on that sideline.
This looked a little wide for me. Might have caught just a fraction. Djokovic.
No, that's good. You were right about the fraction.
Majority of the ball is out. It only takes a fraction for it to be called good.
Djokovic drops his head.
Advantage Djokovic.
Some proactive tennis from Djokovic. Doesn't want to be predictable.
Let's for service.
Djokovic holds at last, but it was tough going. Opening game of the third set.
Love team. Correction.
Ball was good. Umpire
Replay the points.
James Kelthavong overruling the linesman on that southern baseline. Tough point to have to replay. But the umpire got it dead on. Oh, yes, nice. Just turned, flowed through the ball, and the follow-through was fantastic. Came up with a great angle from that position.
Gee, it wasn't a bad approach shot from Stan, though, was it?
It's a real contrast to the first set now, though, isn't it? We're getting into some extended baseline rallies. It was, both players seemed to be very unsettled, unsure through the course of the first set before Djokovic finally got on top towards the end in the tiebreak. Ouch. Just going for too much. So, after being down a break point on his own serve, Djokovic breaks through here to 2-love.
Heavier hitting from Djokovic in that game. Threw in some mixtures of pace. But it looked like he was trying to be more proactive. Rewarded with a break.
Love.
Pushed it.
15-all.
I have a feeling that he wanted to go back behind Stan into the backhand court. Ended up seeing Stan waiting and really didn't get a healthy hit on the volley. Usually very secure on that side, Djokovic.
Heavy hitting, and Stan just going for one big hit too many. The time he spent with Djokovic, was that in Belgrade?
No, it was through a few tournaments, Indian Wells, Miami, and then between the French Open to Wimbledon.
Oh, I just wondered if you'd had a chance to sample the donkey cheese pizzas. That was all.
From the family restaurant.
Outstanding rally, longest exchange of the match. Djokovic trying his best to be more on the front foot there and try and keep up onto the baseline. And it was Wawrinka missing by a little bit more than that much.
Longest rally. It's taking its toll on Djokovic. Some heavy breathing at the end of that point.
He's not half as red in the face as Boris. Nice. Not overpowered, but the ball was short. He just stepped in and placed it to perfection, Wawrinka. It's game point for Djokovic, though, and a possible 3-love lead. Out. Djokovic holds serve. It's a set all and 3-love with a break in the third for the #1 seed.
Love.
So a combination of two areas that Djokovic is a little fatigued from the last couple of games at least, and maybe trying to also take the legs from Wawrinka. Oh, spectacular on the run from Djokovic.
30-15.
That was well-timed, easy power from Djokovic.
Continuing to hit out, but in trouble once more, in danger of going down a double break in the third now.
Aided by the big second serve, taking Djokovic by surprise.
Advantage Wawrinka. Juice.
Stan just got there, but came up with a fine angle. Rod Laver, the great, looks on imperiously. Not having any success down the tee at the moment, Wawrinka. Out wide, serving him better on the second serve.
Wawrinka.
And he holds serve, survives a break point, gets on the board in this third set.
Djokovic leads by 3 games to 1.
Crowd figure today, just the one session, twilight session, day 12. Now we're focused in solely on Rod Laver Arena, 21,019 people. Takes the cumulative total for the 12 days so far to 663,370 people. A record 700,000 in sight for the 2 weeks of the tournament. Well, played Djokovic to a standstill in that point.
Love team.
Comfortable put away. Djokovic still, I think, in the process of recovery from the last couple of games.
Set up again by the backhand down the line.
Love 30.
Couldn't be any sweeter. Sound forehand volley technique.
Love 14. So there's a real ebb and flow in this third set.
Love 14.
Going to fade out. That's the break. Break back for Stan Wawrinka to get back into this third set.
Love.
for all the world as it was going to curve away and out, but right on the line. Unbelievable depth. Tremendous power hitting through the ball, Wawrinka.
All.
Last time the top seed failed to get through to the final of the Australian Open was Rafael Nadal, 2011. Lost in the quarterfinals. Not that I'm suggesting at this point that Djokovic is going to fail. Wide open yet.
Wasn't it each time that Djokovic has made the semi-finals here?
Gone on to win the tournament.
The tournament. So he's arrived at the destination here. But it's a very stubborn defending champion. He has strong play by Stanimal.
40-30.
He's done a great job of just spreading Djokovic out. Maybe a little shocked is Djokovic by the hitting prowess of Wawrinka.
Game Wawrinka.
3 games all. Back into this third set.
3 games all.
What do you think Andy Murray's making of this at the moment?
Well, probably over dessert. Right now, enjoying the fact that this match is being extended. Again, getting that aroma of one of those long matches, isn't it?
Please.
Attempted lob just into the mid-court. Another easy put away for Djokovic.
Love. 40 love.
A couple of chip backhands from Wawrinka. Just missing the target. Cheap points for Djokovic.
It's out. Love game Djokovic to lead by 4-3 in the third.
And he's only winning 25% when they go in.
Oh. 15 love.
That's what happens when they do go in.
30 love.
Without a doubt. That's a green light for Wawrinka. The ball barely over the service line, and it's down the middle of the court.
$40 love. Cain, Wawrinka.
Well, just when you run your eye over the stats and start to point it to apparent weakness in the first serve department, he comes up with a game like that.
Yeah. Taking a few punches at each other early in this set. And that was a bit of a ghost round, both holding serve to love.
Let's for service. Love.
Oh, skipped over the net cord. Probably had Djokovic beaten anyway.
15-all.
It's not one of Djokovic's best volley, that backhand down the line. He always drops the racket head ball with a bit of side spin, so he can't actually hit it firmly. Guides the volley.
No, just faded away. Fortunately for Djokovic.
13-15.
Oh.
40-15.
Oh, when it's good, it's glorious. Wawrinka backhand, but that was awful.
Cain, Djokovic.
5 games to 4. Djokovic ahead in this third set after 2 hours and 4 minutes of play. And now with Nishikori gone, Andy Murray into the final. Even if Wawrinka wins through and retains the title, it's likely that he'll slip to number 5 anyway, and Murray will be back in the top 4. Applause from Djokovic and from 21,019 other people.
And the two of us up here, this was extraordinary. A great half volley from Wawrinka. And I tell you, if that man can't reach a ball on the slide, it is
unreachable. Yes.
It's almost simplistic, that miss down the middle of the court.
Shaking his head and laughing ironically at Boris Becker in the front row of the stand. And what's at stake for Djokovic here? Well, place in another Australian Open final, chance to win if he gets through, a chance to win a fifth. Would only be the second man in history to win 5 if he could do it.
Who's the other man?
The one and only Roy Emerson, who went on to win a 6th.
14-13. Let's for service.
Well, he was in the groove on the forehand for a while, but it seems to have gone astray again, Wawrinka.
There's that wicked backhand of Djokovic's. That was pretty wicked.
Roll reversal there. Djokovic on the baseline, on the centre line, dictating. And Wawrinka, the one doing the rabbit run back and forth. Break point for Djokovic. Set point. Third set to Novak Djokovic, breaking Wawrinka's serve in the 10th game, and he leads by 2-1.
15 love. 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 40-15. Game Djokovic.
Didn't get down to that too well.
No. Love 15.
To when it's in full flow, that right leg goes across and he has tremendous knee bend. Might have just tweaked something.
Out. Exceptional tennis, and Wawrinka just forced to overextend on the backhand. It's getting tough to win a point here.
Courageous point for Djokovic. He certainly senses a slight opening here.
15-13.
Gives himself a nod. The fact that he went out after that return and gave it a healthy hit. Didn't try and push it and just get the point started. He went out after it. Too good.
All. $30-14.
Great save. Didn't overpower the serve.
Juice. Advantage Wawrinka.
It's very close, Stan. This one.
Mr. Wawrinka's challenging the call at the right centre service line.
He was prepared to let it go until James Kyothawong said, "Oh, it's very close. May as well have a crack at it." Hey!
First service.
Out. Bad luck.
Juice.
All the world, it was good until it clipped the tape. Took a big bite of it. Skewed out of court. Ace. Number 8
Advantage Wawrinka.
for Wawrinka. Second game point. Oh. Well, it went in when he didn't get a clean hit on it.
Wow.
And when he did, he's pushed it long, back to deuce. Tense game. Break point for the second time, Djokovic.
Advantage, Djokovic.
Boris chewing nervously.
It was like he was on a perch just there, wasn't it? Just watching.
The backhand had put him on the front foot. He was there for the Djokovic reply. Found the net. Break of serve. Djokovic 2-love, fourth set.
Djokovic leads by 2 games to love.
Well, Djokovic, his backhand just was sent back into an uncomfortable area of the court. It was low, the middle of the court, mid-court. Stan unable to get the racket wrapped over the top of it.
Love.
Well, this is not Djokovic at his top here. With the break up in the fourth set, normally he'd be so focused, there's no way he would double fault the opening point of the game, as he's just done.
That's it.
Challenged by Djokovic. It was a very definite cry from the lady on that line. She seemed in no doubt. But Hawkeye will be the judge.
Stan thinks it's out.
It's not, it's in. It's caught about 2 centimetres, 2.5 centimetres of the line. Millimetres, not centimetres.
Where's that serve gone for Djokovic with new balls?
I think the return came back at him so slowly, he just wasn't quite sure what to do with it. He's overpowered it. And it's break-back points for Wawrinka.
Please.
And again, and it's a break-back.
We continue to search for those answers.
So does he.
So does Djokovic. Maybe he expected once that break of serve came that Stan would implode enough and a cheap game. It never happened.
Let's second service. Love that team.
So here we go, the topsy-turvy again. Love 30, Wawrinka. It's tough against in these big matches, especially when you're trying to get through to the final to defend a Grand Slam title. Not easy to do.
Love 40.
Love 40. The Australian Open Championship is notoriously one of the toughest to defend.
Wilco, Gary, sorry, your name is Gary Wilkinson.
Just don't call me late for breakfast.
A couple of occasions, Stan has actually just started to flex his arm. He's not hurled the racket in his racket arm.
On the line.
Wow.
What a let-off.
It just didn't look like it was possible.
30-40.
It was tempted to walk to the chair, I think, but it's dropped on the line incredibly. Still break point down. Can he save a third? Yes, he can.
A very tentative Novak Djokovic.
Deuce.
At least two occasions in that rally, he could have done more with the ball and elected to just off pace down the middle of the court again, waiting for the error to come instead of trying to go out after it. Pays the penalty. Too safe.
Advantage Wawrinka.
Major game. both players for Wawrinka to survive. Love 40.
Two games all. What a comeback from Wawrinka. How Djokovic let the previous game slip away, and then having Wawrinka love 40 and letting him get out from under again to level up here at 2-all. Extraordinary.
Love.
Only 10 players in 110 years have been able to successfully defend the Australian Open title. Djokovic being one of them, because he won it 3 years in a row. Four times in all. Ken Rosewell won it in successive years, 71, 72. He was 37 the second time. Well, it wasn't the second time he'd won the championship, but when he defended it in 72. Guillermo Vilas, 78, 79. Johan Krieg defended successfully, 81-82. Mats Wilander, 83-84. Stefan Edberg, 85-87. There was no tournament in 86. The others were Ivan Lendl, Jim Courier, Andre Agassi, Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic. The only player to have two successful title defences. And he holds serve here to lead 3-2 after we've had an early break in this extraordinary, early break each way in this extraordinary fourth set.
Djokovic leads by 3-2.
Well, almost entirely throughout that rally, Wawrinka was on or even a half-metre inside the baseline.
15 love.
And Djokovic was 2 and 3 metres behind.
Fantastic disguise is the backhand for Wawrinka. There it is again. And that's part of the problem for Djokovic. He's comfortable going into these cross-court battles, backhand to backhand, but it also opens the court for this particular shot. If he can keep it down the middle, he knows that Wawrinka will just come cross-court. He can control the rally that way.
Stan ended up in the lap almost of the tournament director, Craig Tiley. Shook hands and returns to the fray here against Djokovic. Exceptional change of direction again on the backhand. Opened the court up for Wawrinka.
40-15. Ladies and gentlemen, as a courtesy to both players, please do not call out during the rally. Thank you.
Wasn't caught by that wide swinging serve, Djokovic. The reply was too sharp for Wawrinka to handle.
Yay, Wawrinka. Three games all.
Chip return, Wawrinka landed right on the baseline.
Oh, key moment in the rest of this, for the rest of the match here, hanging in the balance for Djokovic. Hold serve, he still controls the outcome. If he drops serve, this match could kind of run away. The momentum, the crowd jumping in, wanting the match to go to a fifth set.
Love 14. Thank you. Cain.
Love 40, and he kept playing to Wawrinka's forehand, trying to break it down, but not tonight.
15 love.
206 kilometers per hour, not his biggest serve, but big enough. 9 aces. Not a high number, actually, for this stage of the match.
Will
help the average. Well, Wawrinka is hitting out with increasing confidence.
40 love. 40-15.
Stands in the box seat now in this fourth set. 5 games to 3.
Wawrinka leads by 5 games to 3.
He's not packing up and going home.
Fresh racket, tries to follow the routine of new balls into play, or simply the last game before new balls are brought in.
Last service game from Djokovic was a horror. Can't afford another one.
He's had 2 easy games in this set and then 2 shockers. The match was on a platter for him.
Correction.
Oh, overruled by James Kyothebong here. And no argument from Djokovic. Yes. Just kissed the line right where the service box intersects the sideline.
30-15.
Stan in full flight.
Mr. Djokovic is challenging the call right near sideline. Ball's called out.
Called out by James. Out, all right. He's sitting right over that spot on the line. Umpires don't make mistakes on those kinds of calls, not with Hawkeye in operation. They lose credibility very quick. They started making those kinds of mistakes.
Game Djokovic.
Djokovic holds serve, but it's 5-4. Wawrinka serving for the set after this change of ends.
Love.
Some free swinging by Djokovic, helping him arrive at net. Stan virtually overrunning the ball for the backhand up the line.
30-15.
Frustration written on the face of Novak Djokovic. Fist pump from Stan. Solid ground strokes from him. See, I think crowd sentiment here is favouring Stan Wawrinka.
Yeah. Djokovic sometimes sensitive to that crowd support.
Oh, little inside-out forehand. Seals the set for Stan Wawrinka. 2 sets all after 2 hours 55 minutes. Yes, well, difference in the last set was 11 winners, 11 unforced errors. Even match for Wawrinka. 14 unforced errors in the set for Djokovic. 0 winners. He traded through that set on the unforced errors from Wawrinka. Well out.
15 love.
Well, it's Djokovic who's breaking down in these longer
15-13.
baseline exchanges. 16 shots in that last exchange over the net. Not the longest rally, but the longer they go, the more likely they now seem to be falling in favour of Stan Wawrinka.
And we're so accustomed to seeing Djokovic having a very tight court position around that baseline and just controlling the flow of the rallies, but the power from Wawrinka is just forcing him back deeper and deeper. And that was a bit of hope there from Djokovic. He didn't speed or sprint to get to the net there off the approach. Stan had a healthy crack at that. And it's that shot, that final shot, the backhand from Wawrinka, that is causing surprised look from Djokovic. He's expecting it to go cross-court.
He's come up against plenty of big hitters in his time, Djokovic, and I'm sure he's handled some of them better than he's handling Stan Wawrinka tonight.
Mr. Wawrinka is challenging the call. Right baseline.
Took a while to make himself heard.
Ball's gone out.
The line umpire called it out. No? No.
This will be an interesting conversation.
What's that? I thought you were challenging because you did that. Sorry, that's right.
Oh, okay. So I'm confused myself as to what took place there. Stan challenged because he thought the ball was good, and that Djokovic was challenging because he thought it was out. Djokovic wasn't challenging at all.
This is going to be a tough second delivery for Djokovic. Oh,
Got to let off.
Juice.
just testing the skills of the linesman down there. I think Djokovic was just pointing that it was out because the linesman had also called out, which Stan did not hear the call initially.
Oh, boy. I thought when it came off the racket that he'd made it, but it's just wide.
The racket head not dropping and cutting inside of the ball. The elbow was almost down to the ground, not up to the air, so it was a well-struck volley. Well, I think that's wide.
Djokovic will challenge this.
Right far side line. The ball's good in.
Well, if he's having to go back and look at it from that angle, it means that it might have caught some of the line. No.
Djokovic. New balls, please. Love team.
Almost thought that was a double fault. Not called from the chair. Of course, Raonic's return game not quite up to the standard yet.
Faults.
That's it, yeah, I was going to say.
Mr. Wawrinka is challenging the call. Service line. Ball's good out.
Previous one was out by about the same margin, previous second serve.
Love 30. Mr. Wawrinka has 2 challenges remaining.
Stan back to what's been working for him up to this point. Magnus Norman looking a little less concerned than Boris Becker is at the moment.
Well, if he has a script for Wawrinka, the serve should be going wide. He has avoided some trouble tonight by serving and focusing on Djokovic forehand. Remember, on this side, best serve is the flat wide. And he was heading in that direction. Another tough second serve.
Overdone it. Played the point perfectly, but has overdone the final backhand, and it's a break-up serve for Djokovic to lead by 2-1 in the fifth. Could that be the ball game?
Well,
it's hard to say with the number of service breaks we've had.
Exactly. We're in the same scenario that we were in the fourth set. This is where the wheels fell off for Djokovic.
Let's for service. Love 15.
He's moving lateral out to that forehand. Generally cuts off the ball when he's moving out to the right, Djokovic. That's an important point. Great serve, flat wide.
15-0.
Well, he's a lot more focused here than he was in the third game of the previous set when he gave up the service break. So Djokovic holds for 3-love, but I did notice that his left hand went to the small of his back after the first serve on that previous point.
Love team.
Momentum. Winning that first point just creates a little further, stronger doubt perhaps up Wawrinka's end of the court.
Let's for service.
That's out.
Love the team. Thank you.
Gee, that is
15-13.
it's a saving shot. Certainly saving him from facing 3 break points. Wawrinka just guiding that forehand, bunting it down the line.
Mr. Djokovic is challenging the call, right side to service line.
Got a fair chance, I think, here too, Djokovic, of succeeding on this challenge. Oh no, it's caught the line, has it? It's in, it's just kissed the line. Gosh, there's an overlap there of less than half a millimetre.
Mr. Djokovic has 2 challenges win.
Hawkeye.
It's killed a lot of those explosive McEnroe arguments, hasn't it?
It sure has.
Great play, Stan.
Well, remember that point at love 30.
14-13.
Was a strong return from Djokovic, and Wawrinka was able to just manipulate it down the line. Quickly turned around to 40-30.
Just caught by the depth of the reply from Djokovic.
Juice.
Critical couple of serves coming up here from Stan Wawrinka. Match could hinge on these next couple of points.
Advantage Djokovic.
Double break in the offing here.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please, no calling out during the service motion or during the rally. Thank you.
First serve vital. Missed. Out. Djokovic, double break. 4-love in the 5th set.
Djokovic leads by 4 games to none.
It's been a messy fifth set from Wawrinka. Previous service game, he threw in 2 double faults, close to serving a third. That wasn't called by the linesman.
Well, I'm not looking to make excuses for Wawrinka, and he probably, he may not need one, but he ate something on the previous change of ends, whether it was health food bar, banana, and when he came back out, he was doubled over, coughing and spluttering, and his game just hasn't been quite the same since. And that might have entirely no bearing on the position he finds himself in.
15-all.
But on that occasion, we just reverted to what was happening the second and fourth sets. The longer the rally, the more likely Djokovic came up with the error. He was there, but couldn't get the angle cross-court this time, Stan.
30-15.
Well, if there's any leg weariness in Wawrinka's side of the court, Djokovic just pushing it even further. Oh.
30-all.
No margin off the usual steady backhand from Djokovic.
Absolute roar from the crowd here. Wawrinka comes up with a cold winner down the line.
30-14.
The backhand, as always, doing the damage.
Juice.
Oh, great serve when he needed it to save one chance of a break back. Game point now for Djokovic to go to a lead of 5-love. Surely he'd close it out from here. Not quite there yet.
Juice.
2 within inches of the baseline.
That's the first outpouring of emotion we've really seen from Djokovic tonight, and normally he's quite expressive. As I said earlier on, about the middle of the second set, the eye of the tiger is not there hasn't been there for Djokovic so far tonight. It may not stop him winning the match. The scoreboard says it won't at the moment. Anticipated by Wawrinka and perfectly executed.
It's the first time ever that I've seen Djokovic try a backhand drop shot that goes cross court. Djokovic still reeling about the length of shot from Wawrinka on these game points.
Djokovic.
He was down break point in this particular game and serve volleyed. That was out of desperation. Calls for a desperate point right now. Going to 5-love, the match is his. Why not serve volley?
Game.
Ace down the tee. 5 games to love in the 5th set, Djokovic. He's got to hold his own serve here first. Out.
15-all. On
the line. Perfectly judged by Djokovic. Just ratchets up the pressure a little more on Wawrinka.
30-all.
Well, he got in tight. Great speed by Wawrinka. Could be a challenge.
Yep.
Mr. Djokovic is challenging the call. Right by 6.
And why not?
The ball's put out.
2 breaks up. Couple of challenges in hand. He can afford to use one. And it's good.
Replay the points.
About the best backhand Djokovic has struck tonight.
Chance for 3rd break. More importantly than that, chance for the match. That's out, and Djokovic wins through to the final.
6-4, 6-4, 6-6, 6-0.
What a great match. In this match, Australia